But so much depends on a good beginning. There's so much competition right now, particularly in the fiction market, and we all know how the industry's doing, but it is so hard to sell fiction that unless you grab us really in the first page or the first paragraph, it's really going to be hard to continue to read and to entice an editor to read beyond that as well.
From our agency, we request a query letter and 10 to 15 pages, so we don't really have quite as much to look at the very beginning as with April's agency. But so often, if I see 10 pages that really do strike me, I will request 30 to 50 more. In the case that I've requested something, I will get back to you personally. I can't say that my critique is a full-fledged critique, like nothing like what we've been doing here at Backspace, but I do sort of give you my gut feeling as to why I'm passing on this. So it could be that the writing didn't capture me, or there wasn't enough suspense, or there wasn't enough, wasn't a good sense of pacing in the beginning, or I didn't like the character. And those are all things that I can tell pretty quickly within your first 30 pages why they're not working for me. So you'll get a brief response in that way. And also, I'll hopefully try to tell you what is working in there, what made me request in the first place.
Michelle and April, what inspires you to potentially give some feedback on sample pages? We're just going to talk about sample pages first, and then I'm going to talk about...
I totally agree with that. If the sample pages attached seem to be within the categories that I represent, and either the plot line is good, or the writing is good and it needs a more robust plot line, that's when I will give some feedback and I'll provide a brief critique. Oftentimes I'll just edit the sample pages themselves and email them back to the author. But I try, when something seems like it has potential, I do my very best to get back to the author, to you, and let you know what is working, what isn't working, and what it might take to remedy it if it's something that we would actually
We don't ask for a whole lot of sample pages. When we do, we always respond with something personal about why we are passing on those 30 to 50 pages. It's not a long critique. Usually it's just a line or two, and we try and sum up what is missing. Have you actually basically done a detailed editorial letter, sent it back to the author, and basically said, you know what, we are interested in this novel, but we think it needs to have X, Y, and Z before we can seriously consider representation?
Oh, yes, and that happens, I would say, quite often. A few manuscripts are market ready, some are, but most are not. And so if we think it's good enough, if it makes it over that halfway point, we would frequently do that. We would ask for edits, have it sent back, but make it very clear that, in fact, we are not guaranteeing that we're going to represent it. We just need to see if it goes the mile. If it can go the distance and end up being what we would like it to be, then we'll take it on.